today's presentation, I will discuss about the gender issues in entrepreneurship development. And I already mentioned that in entrepreneurship development, it is one of the major thrust area in case of government. And here the policymakers or even those who are in entrepreneurship development or try to establish their enterprise, they also face the main problem that is on your gender issue. Why we discuss about gender issue in relation to entrepreneurship development? Already I mentioned that after globalization, private sector's role in economic development of the country is increasing. Main thrust is on private sector. Emphasis on entrepreneurial activities because it fulfills dual purpose. One is creating more employment as well as to income generation. And thereby, not only the nation will develop, but also the needy people, they also get employment opportunities. But here, main important point is though it is for generating employment and income, and one thrust area is on marginalized section. Because this section, for them, the main point is the employment, and it is not possible for them to get a job. But if we create employment opportunities, then they will engage in those sectors, and thereby they will employ as well as the enterprise will also sustain. This is the main point. But what happens when we are giving thrust on marginalized section? This marginalized section means your women, your differently able people, all these things. And when we will consider or imagine a rural society or overall society, then you just imagine their position in the society. Even from different opportunities, privilege point of view, particularly the girl student, if you think that you are getting the same opportunities, same privilege, then or in compare with your counterpart, even in case of educated society also, the differences is there. And this is the major obstacles in case of entrepreneurship development. And if we do not involve the women, then it is not possible for developing the society. And particularly what happened in small enterprise or this type of things, only the male will employ, but their earning will not be not a considerable amount to run the family. And in this situation, if the women they are also involved, then they can earn a considerable amount. Or even if they start an enterprise, then also they will earn. But at present, women they are mainly engaging their productive period in home. And when we'll discuss about gender issues, there are some terminologies which are very important for us to understand the details. And here the main point. In case of gender, there are 2 points. One is sex, another is gender. And because of these two things, there are all sorts of discrimination. This is the main. And actually, both the terms are different, but we are applied differently. And when it is social purpose, all these things, we are mainly emphasize on this area. And in case of others, this one. And what is the main definition of sex? Sex refers to the biological, physical, and genetic characteristics distinguishing male and female. That means these are inherent characteristics which differentiate male and female biologically. And because of that, we call one male, another female. Their functions are different. And this concept or term, sex, is fixed and based in nature. It is a natural. We can't sense this part. So it is ascribed status. By birth, you will get it from nature. It is a natural. So we have to accept that differences. Whatever differences we will observe in case of biological, physical, or genetic characteristics, we can sense these things. It is natural. So if there is any differences, we have to accept it as natural. And in case of gender, this concept is not natural. Gender refers to those social, cultural, and psychological traits or characteristics linked to males and females through a particular social and cultural context. That particular society or culture or the psychological characteristics that define gender. That means it is not biological. It is social. The society, the culture, they term these things And based on that, we may call that gender is based on culture and society. Means society to society, culture to culture, meaning of gender may vary. But in case of sex, it is same because it is natural. And this is the term through which we differentiate male and female. These are two terms that characterize masculine or feminine. Who are powerful, whose strength is more, all these things, they are men. Men can do the powerful work, and women, they are weak, so they are feminine. Even you can observe that concept that even some male, he is weak or this type of things, then some people term ladki jaisa. That means his characters are defined by the society. And from this gender, the society, they mark men as superior than women. Women are weak, men are strong. And that makes the big difference between male and female. And necessarily, because of the characteristics, these differences is there. But it is natural, but the society, they make another sort of differences. Actually, that difference is a result of the natural differences. And it is not the women that developed after birth, but based on particularly a dominant society, patriarchal nature, they term these things. And so gender is derived from society. So it is achieved status, not by birth. No doubt, when in a society, they will differentiate male and female, which is also differentiate biologically male and female. But these two differences are different. One is biological difference, in other, it is other characteristics. Based on the society, they fix some characters. This type of work can be done by men, they are powerful. This type of things can be done by women. Suppose your homemaking, child rearing, these are part of women, not for men. By birth, that type of differences is not there. But the society, they make this type of differences. And because of these differences, the women are always subordinate in the society. And this is the main problem to involve them in entrepreneurship development. Another term, your gender identity. Once innermost concept of self as male or female or both or neither. How individuals perceive themselves and what they call themselves means a particular person, what he feels. He may feel male, he may feel female, and if a particular male, he think that I am male, then he is more dominant. And this gender identity is also one aspect. This is based on individual perception, what I am male or female. And this perception is developed based on the role perceived by the society, culture, and gender role. This is the set of roles, activities, expectations, and behaviors assigned to females and males by society. This is another important aspect. What type of activities performed by male and what are for female? Common example, cooking. This is raised on female. Earning with male. And the society, they prescribe this role in such a way, and from birth, we also learn in this way. And because of that, even in your house also, if some visitors will come, the females, they will go to kitchen to prepare some snacks or tea for the guest. The male, they will not do these things. And even sometimes if there is no female members in the home, the male, he will say, nobody is in home, I can't offer a tea. But even he can also prepare the tea. And the guest, he also never mind these things. Yes, when there is no female in this house, how he will get tea? So automatically, because of our socialization process, the society assigned us this type of things, these roles, activities, expectation, and behaviors. What type of behaviors society expect from female? What type of behavior expect from male? A male can shout, but a female can't. But a female can also shout, but society don't want these things. And there are so many that type of behaviors the society expect from male as well as from female. And this activity, that role, it is one of the obstacles in case of entrepreneurship development, because earning, income generation, all these things, these are for male according to society. Women should not involve in this part. Male will earn, they will bring food, female will cook, they will rear child. This is the things. And if female will involve in income generating activities, then who will rear their child, who will look after the family. This is the main problem. And the society, because of that, never encourage female to go for enterprise development. In gender equity, another term, gender equality. Equity means both male and female are equal. They should get the same fair treatment as human being. No any demarcation as women and men. And here the ILO's definition is fairness of treatment for women and men according to their respective needs. This part. Biologically, that needs are different for male, for female, boys, girls. They have some different needs. And as per their needs, we have to fulfill the needs. It is not that only men, they have the needs and society will concern about the fulfillment of needs of the men. But all the members of the society, male, female, boys, girls, they have different types of needs, and all these needs we have to fulfill. Then only we will treat them equally. They will get a fair treatment from the society. Equal treatment or treatment that is different but which is considered equivalent in terms of rights, benefits, obligations, and opportunities. Sometimes what happens, if you provide the same treatment, some needs of male as well as female will fulfill. But in some cases, we have to give some different type of treatments to fulfill the needs of the women or girls. And if we do not provide that type of treatment, that means we are not giving fair treatment to women. And that part is necessary. That means with the same treatment, we can't give fair treatment to both women and men. And because of that, our treatment will be different in some cases, but we must provide these things. But most of the cases, the society denied to provide that type of treatment in case of women. But at government level, these are given. But at societal level, it is still not achieving by the women. So this type of differential treatment, it makes a unequal situation between male and female. You see, in case of government, one policy is that after birth, the women, service holder who are they will get a maternity leave. This is their need. That is a different type of treatment. With full salary, they will get the leave. But it is not required for the male because it is not their need. So if this differential treatment is provided, and for that, if male workers, if they will protest why you are giving this type of treatment, then it is unfair. So in some cases, treatment will be different, distinctly different, but we have to give this type of treatment. Then only both male and female will get equal treatment to make them equal. And to make them equal, it is not that if you provide same treatment, but treatment may be different, but we must provide these things. But at present, society, most of the cases, denies these type of things. Even in our families also, we allow the boys to roam here and there up to 9 p.m., no problem. But in case of girls, it is very difficult to get this type of permission, even in case of a genuine situation. So as she is girl, the society or the family, they do not allow. But in case of boys, you can go. This is a different treatment, and that make a differences. So we have to first think about their need, and according to the need, we have to give the treatment. If it is something different in case of male, may think that they are getting something more. But when they will getting something more, then only they will equal with male. At present, suppose for fair treatment, female position is this in society, and male, they are getting this type of treatment. And this is the difference. And to reduce the gap, automatically we have to provide some additional treatment to them. And already they are in this position. To make the female to this position, we must provide these things. This is necessary. We should provide, because from nature, female and male equal. To make them equal, we have to give some extra treatment, because already we denied those things to female. So when at present we are giving these things, so it is not some extra bonus point like that, but this is their need. So when we are giving these things, then only female, they can develop with male. And interestingly, when the female will involve in income generating activities or this type of things, always they spend their monies for development of their family. But in case of male, he is less bothered to utilize entire income for development of the family. This is established. If women will earn money, then family will more stable. But the society, if prohibit them to do these type of things, then it is also harmful for the nation, because we have to develop economically, we have to develop equally, and because of that, we must maintain this gender equity, gender equality. Ultimately, this is our main goal, to achieve gender equality. Gender equality means that the different behavior, aspirations, and needs of women and men are considered, valued, and favored equally in all type of things. It is not only some treatment. In every way, we have to give equal status to them. We have to respect their value. We should give equal favor to them. And in case of gender equality, it is not against male. This is the important point. Some people, they mention that it is feminist term, but actually it is not. Gender equality is a democratic term to make male and female equal. And at present, they are deprived of these things. And when women will get the gender equity, then they will come towards equality. Gender equity brings to equality. And in gender equity, almost all the economic activities, decision-making, ability, preference, all these things are there. And finally, they will get the equality. And it is more qualitative term. It does not mean that women and men must become the same, but that their rights, responsibilities, and opportunities will not depend on whether they are born male or female. Means women and men, this part. Biologically, there is a difference. We cannot sense that difference. But by accepting the difference, male and female are same. We have to give that respect, give that responsibilities, all these type of things. Biologically, they are weak than male, so she may not work just like men. But have you seen in case of labor payment, the female and male both are doing the same work, but female, their wages is less than male. And the reason is that the male, they are doing more work than the female. But the nature of work is similar. They will work 8 hours, but because of the strength, male will do something more, so they will get more wages than female. But it should not. That we have to accept the biological difference, and after that we have to treat them equally. This is the point. Why gender issue is a problem in the society. Already I discussed this point, mainly because of your differences as male and female from muscle power point of view, masculine and your feminine. It has created a lot of differences between these two sexes in the form of aptitude, abilities, desires, personality traits, roles, responsibilities, and behavior patterns. Since we demarcate male and female from these two characters, and from birth onward, the people, they are also thinking on this way, and ultimately, it make a differences between male and female on their aptitude or their abilities. Can I do these things? Generally, it is doing by male. Their desire, their personality traits, roles, responsibilities, behavioral patterns, and all these things are related with the societal norms. And if the woman, they will get the economic resources, then they can think something more. But at present, though they are in a risk family, but without any economic power, no property. And that makes all these type of things. If you have no money, how much you will dream? And finally, you have to depend on the male. He will decide. And if you earn, again, how it will spend, that will determined by the male. These are the main problems. And in some cases, no doubt, in the poor families where they have no resources, in that case, the male, they are also bound to involve female for income generating activities, or in some cases, they are jointly doing these type of things. And finally, when people are also observed that women can also earn money besides doing all their job works. And because of that, at present, the society is somewhat liberal to allow women to involve in income generating activities. And this is mainly because of poor economic condition. The male there or the society, they are bound to involve women. There are some government programs where some portion is reserved for women. So ultimately, what happened? They need money, and if the women they will come out to work, then they will get the money. So because of that, the situation compelled them to allow women to involve in income generating activities. And in case of very poor family, the situation is not like that. Both male and female, they are together works for income generating activities because they have nothing, even for the male also. No capital, no land, nothing. So they are bound to work. Even in that situation, the male condition is equivalent to female condition. So jointly they are trying to do these things. But where the male have some sort of economic power, in that situation, female are dominated by male or the society. But in case of very poor, it is not a problem. And because of that, when the self-help groups, which are formed by the poor women, then those self-help groups are performing well. But in case of nowadays, even well-to-do families, so they are forming self-help groups to receive some sort of government subsidy, all these type of things. But in those cases, these self-help groups are not functioning well. But who are genuine person, poor person, for them, they also get the support from the male and they are working very well. And this is because of the situation. And already from government side, there are so many policies, all these things. Legally, they are empowered. Legally, they are equal. If you treat differentially, you will be punished. But socially, they are not empowered. And for social empowerment, first point is your economic empowerment. When the women, they will show that we can earn money, even doing all the activities role assigned by the society. So in that situation, the society, they will also think, oh, they can do these things, they can earn money, let's go. And in this way, slowly, the society will allow that. And this is a psychological process because still the male, they are thinking that it is our part, not female. But when situation compel or when the women show that we can also do these type of things without sacrificing our main activities assigned by the society, then society, they will also respect them because that respect is coming from the income. The women, they are also receive income, additional income, so they have some sort of power. So automatically they will get social empowerment. So for social empowerment, overall women's empowerment, the first point is the economic empowerment. When they will get money, they will get the status, all these things. And for that purpose, when we establish the enterprise through women, then they will do these things. And women, they have the capacity to run the enterprise very well, but only because of social constraints, it is not possible for them. But where they are doing these things, everywhere they show their success. And ultimately, not only the women, they get the status, but also earn money. And ultimately, it helps in economic development of the nation. How to achieve gender equality? Main thing is that decision making at private and public levels. At present, this decision making is with male. And when the women will get money, then they will get chance to take decision. And when they will get these things, when they will first get the economic empowerment, earn money, then their voice will also listened by the society. And ultimately, when they will also equally responsible for decision making or take part in decision making process, then they will be empowered. Access to resources are no longer weighted in men's favor. And there are so many government rules through which the women are getting these things, and even the male, they are also encouraging to do these things. For example, if you purchase the land in the name of your wife, then in case of revenue, you have to give 2% less. In case of home loan also, you will get rebate if the land is in your wife's name. So nowadays, most of the salaried person, they purchase the land in the name of wife. When the land is in the name of wife, ultimately she will empower. They will get an economic strength. This is important part. Any question? Both men and women can fully participate as equal partners in productive and reproductive life in both the cases. And mainly this part here, the main obstacles are observed. due to the social role given by the society in case of male and female. And if we involve equally in these things, at present, this for society, this part belongs to male. And because of that, still our condition is not good. And if we involve in this sector, and it is only through development of enterprise, it is not by any other ways. And it is not that all the female, they will establish enterprise. They can work in an enterprise, but this is also productive. But we have to provide these opportunities to female also. But at present, these are mainly with male. At present, you see there's an unprecedented reverse migration after COVID-19. It is all over the world, not only in Assam or Bihar, Maharashtra, like that. And in all the cases, who are the migrants? All are male. That means they are involved in productive purpose. And their families are there, but only for family activities and these things, not for product. And not only in India, everywhere this is the case. They migrated from their native place for productive purpose to earn money. And now, because of a abrupt situation, they return back. And when they return back, we observe that maximum it is male, but particularly in case of labor. They have their family, no doubt, but mainly male, because that role is for male as per the society. Women mostly have low or no education. Women are overworked, underfed, hardly control any assets or income, socially discriminated, excluded from public spheres. All things are controlled by the men. In case of entrepreneurship development, where the gender issues, personal factors, most of the cases lack of motivation because of no economic and social empowerment. Abilities and skills, lack skills. Ideas and markets, since they are mostly staying at home, they don't know about these things. They depend on others. Resources, no resources. Nobody is interested to provide anything to do by the women. In case of external factors, access to business development organization, it is also not possible. Then broader enabling environment, that is also important thing. Overall environment should be sensed. Everybody should think positively. Economic and market environment, that is another thing. Socio-cultural context. Society, culture, they should in favor of women entrepreneurship. They should treat them equally. Then the women can also involve in enterprise. In some areas, some society, it is already working, but there are still some places where these are a major constraint. Gender as a development tool. When we will thinking for that overall development, we have to think about gender, because already I discussed there are so many differences, social differences, biological differences, their needs are different, all these things. When we will consider all these things, and based on that, if we develop them, then only we can go for proper entrepreneurship development. Otherwise, it is not possible. We have to take care of female in different way, for male different way. Same treatment should not be given for both, because their needs are different. Their capacity, capabilities, abilities, accessibilities are different. So according to their needs, we have to think, and for that purpose, when we will go for enterprise development or entrepreneurial development process, then we have to consider gender as a tool. We have to analyze the gender, and then only we can go for enterprise and for income generating activities in proper ways. Otherwise, it is not possible. Why gender is so important in case of entrepreneurship development? Briefly, I discussed these things.